I want you to picture two old friends. They worked the same kind of jobs, saved up about the same amount of money. Fast forward 10 years into retirement. One of them is traveling, spending time with his grandkids and sleeping soundly every night. The other one is constantly worried about money. He's pinching pennies, wondering if he made a huge mistake. What made their lives turn out so different? It wasn't luck. It was one single decision they each made about when to take their Social Security. That's the most important choice you're facing right now, and it can be confusing. In the next few minutes, I'm going to make it simple for you. We'll walk through it together so you can make the right choice with total confidence. You've heard the advice 1,000 times, haven't you? Just wait until you're 70. Get the biggest check. It sounds simple, and it's probably the most dangerous advice out there. Because Social Security is not a contest to see who can get the biggest paycheck. It is insurance against the risk of living a very long time. It is a shield that protects your savings from the bite of inflation. And most importantly, it is the permission you need to finally step back and actually live your life. Bigger isn't always better. Smarter is better. So how do you make the smart choice? When you're surrounded by so much noise and so much fear. Let's be honest about these fears. They're real. First, there's the big one you see in the headlines. What if the system runs out of money? The worry is understandable, but making a permanent, life-altering decision based on a hypothetical scenario can seriously backfire. A smart plan acknowledges the risk, but doesn't let it dictate your entire strategy. Then there's the quieter, more personal fear. What if I don't live long enough to get what I paid in? None of us knows how much time we have, but the goal isn't to guess your own expiration date. The goal is to protect yourself against the most financially devastating scenario of all, which, for most people, is living a very long, healthy life. And then there's the justification that sounds so logical. I can invest the benefits myself and do better than waiting. Maybe. But what you're really doing is trading a guaranteed, inflation-adjusted lifetime income for pure market risk, right in your 60s when you can least afford a major loss. That is a much bigger gamble than most people realize. But the deepest fear of all, the one that keeps you up at night, is the fear of simply making a huge, irreversible mistake. The fear that years from now you'll look back on this moment and be filled with regret. That fear can be paralyzing. It's what pushes people to make choices that feel safe in the short term but end up costing them dearly in the long run. But fear is a terrible financial advisor, and tonight, we're going to fire him. So, how do you move past the fear and find real clarity? You throw away the complicated spreadsheets. You ignore the noise. You don't need a crystal ball. You just need a compass. And today, I'm going to give you one. It consists of 4 simple, powerful questions. Your answers to these questions will point you in the right direction. Let's begin. Compass point number 1. What is your body telling you? This is the most honest question you can ask yourself. If your health is fragile, if your family has a history of shorter lifespans, then claiming your benefits sooner is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of profound wisdom. It's you deciding to use your benefits for your best possible years. But if you are healthy, and you come from a long-lived family, then waiting becomes your superpower. Every year you delay, you are buying a larger, guaranteed inflation-protected income for the person you will be in your 80s and 90s. Compass point number 2. Who are you the protector for? This is the most important question for anyone who is married. When one spouse passes away, the smaller of the 2 Social Security checks disappears. The surviving spouse gets to keep the larger one. So if you are the higher earner in your household, your decision is not just about you. It's about the financial security of the person you love most. By delaying your benefit, you are creating a larger lifetime benefit for them. It is a final act of protection. It is a legacy. Do not take that lightly. Now, theory is one thing. Let's talk about real life. Let me tell you about Susan. Susan had done everything right. She had more than enough saved. Her house was paid off, but she was paralyzed. She couldn't bring herself to retire from a job that was causing her immense stress. The spreadsheets all said she should wait until age 70 to maximize her benefit. But her life was telling her a different story. So we made a choice. We turned on her Social Security early. That first monthly check wasn't just money. It was the permission slip she needed to finally walk away. The stress melted away. She took smaller withdrawals from her portfolio, and she finally booked that trip to Italy she'd been putting off for years. Which brings us to compass point number 3. Is your job giving to you or taking from you? Could Susan have had a bigger check later? Sure. But she would have traded 2 of her best, healthiest years for it. Not a chance. If your job is draining your health and your happiness, the financial cost of waiting can be far higher than the benefit you receive. Now let's talk about Mark and Lisa. This is a different story. Mark and Lisa were both healthy, but Mark was a few years older and had always been the higher earner. Their biggest goal was to make sure Lisa would be okay financially, no matter what. Their answer was found in a split strategy. Lisa took her own, smaller benefit earlier, at 63. This provided them with flexible cash flow to enjoy their early retirement years together. But Mark, the protector, waited. He is waiting all the way to age 70. Why? Because every year he waits, he is increasing the survivor benefit that Lisa will receive for the rest of her life if he passes away first. This wasn't about chasing a trophy. It was smart household risk management. And their story leads us to the final question. Compass point number 4. Do you have a bridge? Mark and Lisa could make that strategy work because they had a bridge, Lisa's early benefit. A bridge is simply a source of income that can cover your expenses during the years between when you stop working and when you claim Social Security. This could be cash savings, a brokerage account, or part-time income. If you have a solid bridge, delaying becomes a calm, strategic choice. If you don't have a bridge, trying to wait can be a stressful, white-knuckle experience. In that case, claiming earlier is often the wiser, more peaceful decision. Finally, there's one more piece to this puzzle that most people miss. Taxes. Your Social Security decision and your taxes are joined at the hip. If you delay claiming, you often create a unique golden window of several years between when you stop working and when your benefits kick in. These are low-income years. Those low-income years are the perfect opportunity for strategic Roth conversions. By moving money from your traditional IRA or 401k to a Roth IRA during these years, you can pay taxes at a much lower rate, shrinking your future tax bill and reducing the taxes you'll have to pay on your Social Security benefits later on. It is a powerful strategy that adds another layer to your decision. So, there it is. Your compass: health, family, quality of life, and your financial bridge. Your answers to these 4 questions will give you the clarity you've been looking for. So let's bring this all together. You see, this decision isn't really about the math, it's about your life. Sometimes turning on that check early isn't giving up. It's the bravest move you can make. It's you looking at the years ahead and saying, my health, my time, my peace of mind, that's what matters most now. But sometimes, the bravest move is patience. It's delaying, not for your own ego, but as a final, powerful act of love to protect your family's future. So I want you to forget about trying to win Social Security. It's not a game. Choose the strategy that protects your family. Choose the strategy that keeps your investment withdrawals sane and manageable. And choose the strategy that lets you sleep soundly at night. That is the only victory that matters. If you found this information valuable, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe. That way, you won't miss out on future strategies that we release. Now let's talk about your plan. I'm Kurt Supley from XRP Today USA. This video gave you the compass. Now, let's build your bulletproof roadmap. When you click the link in the description below, you can book a complimentary strategy session with my team. On that call, we will help you build 3 things. 1. Your optimal Social Security timing plan. 2. Your strategic portfolio withdrawal plan. And 3. Your personalized tax minimization plan. This is how you turn confusion into confidence. The link is in the description. It's time to live your retirement on your own terms.